You're watching New York Sports Nation Nightly.
How all in do you think, when you talk about competing for a playoff spot, do you think the Mets are going to be this offseason?
You know, I don't really know. I think we'll have to see what they do. Look, if they can get Ohtani here, if they can sign Yamamoto, if they can bring him in, you know, see what we got as far as I want to see some of these young guys. You know, maybe we see the young Acuna, the young Drew Gilbert. You know, then maybe they are all in. I think I got to see what they do in the offseason before I'm going to say they're all in.
I think Stearns hit upon it. If it's the right deal, I don't think Cohen's going to mind spending a lot of money. I really don't. I think he wants to win.
Of course.
When he took over for the Wilpons and bought this team, he put a championship window on 3 to 5 years that he wanted to try and win a World Series. Now, listen, I understand
I don't know if we're looking at that now.
I don't know if we're looking at that necessarily now, but I also don't think the aggressiveness is Steve Cohen's now all of a sudden going to be taken away based on one bad year this past season.
Yeah.
I know Mendoza is not the sexiest name out there. He's not going to light up New York City. I thought he came across really, really well for whatever that is worth at introductory press conferences. Now, with all that being said, how much control do you think Mendoza is going to have over this team?
Very little. I think Stearns is going to call all the shots. I don't think there's any question about that.
Now, is that a knock on Mendoza, or is that just where the sport has gone?
I think that's where the sport is. I think that's where we see, you know, just about all these managers now. You know, the days, and that's probably the reason Buck Showalter's not here anymore.
Right,
you know?
because Buck
he's an old school guy.
Old school manager, wanted to have a little bit more of a say and didn't want to basically be a puppet.
Yep.
Now, listen, I think there's things to like about Mendoza's story and how he got here and to be introduced today and his family and everything that you've heard throughout the course of the day. The fact is that he can still win. He can still have a pivotal role and play a massive role with this team in winning days out in Flushing. But the days of handing the roster over to the manager and letting him manage that team as he sees fit, those days of Major League Baseball are long gone.
Well, you know, right now you basically, I don't want to say you're a cheerleader, but you're a guy that's got to still handle the guys in the locker room. You still got to, you know, have control in the clubhouse. And I think that's probably the biggest, biggest job right now for a manager, or at least in Mendoza's case.